Steve, you're muted, I think.
Okay. Hello everyone. It's indeed inspiring to see you back again. Welcome back to Data Fest. Today is the we are celebrating 8th Foundation Day of our institute. So under Data Fest, we have organized various boot camps, hackathons, mock interviews, competitions, and industry experts. Today we have guest lecture on mastering success, communication, leadership, time management, and productivity. So far, we have completed boot camps on Python, SQL, R programming, big data technologies such as Hadoop, Hive, Scoop, Flink. Last Saturday, we had a guest lecture on intellectual property rights, patents, and copyrights. Later today also, we have two more guest lectures on artificial intelligence and smart cities and career opportunity. So stay tuned. I hope you all are having a great learning experience. For those who were not able to attend our previous boot camps and guest lectures, they can watch our recorded sessions on YouTube channel. So you can check our YouTube channel at IndeedInspiring.com. So today we have a guest lecture on mastering success, communication, leadership, time management, and productivity. The session will be delivered by Vivek Gumgaonkar Sir. He has experience of more than 15 years in supply chain management and logistics and emerging trends. He worked in more than 5 MNCs. He is electrical engineering graduate and masters in operations and supply chain management. He loves to travel, to learn, and to mentor. So, without further ado, let me welcome Vivek Sir and request him to start with the session. Over to you, Vivek Sir.
Hello everyone. Can you see and hear me?
Yes, your voice is audible.
Great. Thanks a lot. Kushal, are we good to go?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sure. We can start now.
Great. So thanks a lot to everyone, and I am thankful to Indeed Inspiring Mr. Kushal Sharma and his team for inviting me to attend for this a good session and allowing me to talk with the entire youth, especially the fresh graduates who need a good direction in terms of how we need to go on soft skills when we are going to present to the professional industry. And we will go through this session with 4 points that I'm going to cover today. Uh, Leadership skills, then you have communication techniques, then time management, and finally how we are going to see the productivity within self, within our work, or within the organization. uh, I hope we have seen or we have heard about all these points or bullet points, but we are not giving a kind of a good attention when we come to these points. So why we need to give attention to every small point when we need to present? See, personally and professionally, we need to provide or we need to put ourselves in front of everyone in a different way. How we are going to perform when we were into school, how we were performing when we were into colleges, and how we need to perform when we'll be into the any industry or into the organization in front of any of the senior leaders. So different stages we have understood at the school college level. The uh, in the entire world, we will see that different people comes along with the different lessons, and they are teaching us something extra which is very effective. But do we have that grasping power to get all the minute and important points? Yes or no, I'm not sure, but we need to give the concentration on it. And mastering those skills or mastering those points will give you a little step ahead or onto the edge of the competition. edge where the professional needs to be performing. Kushal, team?
Yes, yes, the screen is visible.
Okay, great. So, uh, all these points, communication, leadership skills, time management, productivity, these are few of the very important topics which every youth or every fresher, or maybe it will be a senior leader or a mid management or senior management, he or she needs to look after all these and assess the inputs on all these communication, leadership, time management, and productivity skills points. So, why these points are important? Definitely, when we communicate within home, it will be something different. But when we communicate to the professional world, the communication needs to be very crisp. It should be to the point. It should have a clear message. And the more you listen, the more you understand, you are in a better position to deliver. So this is first we look for what is the effective communication is all about. Let me begin with a short story. You may have heard the story, but let me repeat it once again. There is a group of friends who were sitting in the school and they were just chit-chatting, and one of it has started thinking that why shouldn't we play on communication? So there were five students, out of which one of the student needs to pass on his message to the next friend and to the next and to the next. And he was looking to see if I will give one small input, what will be the output. So he has just said, today I ate breakfast. It was very sweet. So he passed on the message to the next person. He has thought of something else. Next, it has been thought of that it was a sweet that he has eaten in the morning. And finally, the conclusion was that he is very sweet. So instead of having sweet a breakfast in a sweeter manner, somebody has thought of that he has eaten sweet in the morning. So there is a gap when we perform or we were transferring the message from one place to another. And if we don't listen the things carefully, then it will create a disaster. If we need to perform well, if we need to communicate well, you need to think better. So active listening, this is a very important topic, or this is a very important point. Active listening is very important. What we understand, if you do not understand, please request for one more time, whoever is the speaker, that what you have said, let me understand, and then I will convey the message. So this is about the active listening that we need to put. Now it is the listening practices we need to do in the professional and non-professional manner. But what happens if we present ourselves in the interviews? So whenever we go for the interview techniques, we need to find ourselves very uncomfortable. Why? Because first of all, the fear factor. It is always we think that since we are going for an interview or any kind of the presentation, there is a large audience. The people will be senior. They will be going to ask more questions. And this is bound to happen. But apart from these points, you need to be fearless. You have to be more confident. Whatever you have prepared for, it should be visible through your body language. See the good success leaders. You will see what they are presenting. You keep Mr. Abani, you keep Mr. Tata, you keep any of the big leader from India. They will see a very simple body structure so that the person, whoever will going to raise any question or ask any question, they will come to you with a very simplest and easiest question. If they don't understand, they will ask you, but you need to have mastered of your own topics. And if you have understood and if you have a good confidence, then you will, body language will show you are well prepared. So good body language for the presentation skill is very effective. If you are being as one of the presenter, you may say, or if you are going to give any type of the interview or appear for the interview, it should be distracted free, or the environment should be distraction free. Let's say if we are talking in a meeting and we are talking in a meeting and I keep on looking my phone. Oh my God, somebody is texting me. So this creates a distraction. This is an important message. Bad impression, but with with the people or with the person, we lose our mind and we lose the points that we have discussed. Sorry. So which means that if we have a good amount of environment or we have a good environment, then we will be able to communicate well. And if we into the communication and if we have a distraction free environment, it will create a very positive and effective environment for the output of that particular communication. Now this is all about what we have seen: active listening, good body language, and distraction free environment. Now, we need to also think about, there is a limited time that we need to discuss with any of the person. See, time is very limited. You also have 24 hours. Me or anybody else will have 24 hours. But how you are going to use that time and what will be the utilization of time when we are going to talk? Somebody, if given you a time, you need to respect that. I need to thank you and the entire team and Kushal that you have given me this amount of time. I was thinking that only 10 or 15 minutes would be given to me, but you have given me or allowed me 30 minutes. So it is helpful for me to judge which topic needs to be devoted with what amount of time. So when we go with the communication, we also have to think what amount of time we have to discuss and brief. So before we understand the topic, you need to club all the points. You have to act with a lightning speed fast process. You have to thought in such a way that more of the points will collect and the question will be raised and my query will be resolved easily and effectively. So you need to think, you need to have an active listener, and then you have to respond. So two-way communication is always important. How about you going on a movie and there is only one way communication? The movie will have actors, actresses, villains, dancers, singers, and everyone, but they are not communicating to you and you are not able to communicate with them. So if you have a person who is there in front of you, you need to respect his or her time and you have to respond. So responsiveness is also effective for the effective communication. Now, what about in-person talk and eye contact? See, if the two-person is keep on talking, but a third person is sitting and he's just watching to you, what do you think? It thinks that he's no matter important in that particular talk. So we need to also keep on giving the equal importance of time. We need to talk with the third person as well or a second person, so that it should be maintaining the eye contact and a good communication with every person who is involved into it. Now, these are all the 6 points we have discussed. What about the rest of the 3 points? Listen more and talk less. So whenever you are onto the listening mode, for example, we are here onto webinar. So here we are understanding what the topic is all about, the effective communication. So you are listening something from the points which I am iterating or giving. But what happens if somebody is coming on to the message and asking me, sir, what happens to this? How we are going to talk with a person, or he is going to give any of the question. So it will going to make the other audience a little uncomfortable. They are not able to listen what we are presenting on this particular webinar. So you need to keep your points readily handy. It should be ready to be discussed at the last moment once the talk gets over. So you need to listen more first. You need to understand. And once you understand, then you have a good amount of points to note it down, and you have a good amount of points to discuss at the last moment. It may be possible that maybe in a 10 there will be 10 people and everybody is noting down some of the other points. So at the last, maybe first person has collected few of the points and your question will get uh, covered into the first person's point. So definitely most of the points, they are very similar and very common, but you need to be very precise and you need to have a good amount of patience. So all these things are already there covered with everyone previously, but I'm not telling you nothing about new about the effective communication, but these are all the brushing up for you to understand what it is important when we are going for the effective communication. Keep recollecting the previous points. So if I will be talking for last 10 minutes, I am also covering up the previous points, that what we have done for active listening, how we are going to present, what is the environment that we are going to keep, what we need to think and respond for, in-person talk and eye contact. So if I am moving ahead, I also keep on looking for the points which I have already discussed. So all these points needs to be collected and then needs to be presented. So I hope these only few points are very, very important when we are going for the effective communication. Uh, I hope you are having a good amount of questions, but I request you to park and we will have a good amount of discussion at the end of after 30 minutes. All right. Thank you. Let's move on to the next, leadership. Everybody wants to be a leader today. But being a leader or having a leadership skills, it is not inborn. It will get developed. How we are going to develop the leadership skills? Today, I would like to give an example out here. Kushal and me, we have been into this discussion of presenting some of the other topics. And being me, having a 15 years of experience, I'm not saying I'm the expert, I'm not a leader, because the people, time, and moving out of anything to a good output. I have seen Kushal, he is very meticulous. Kushal is doing a wonderful job. Though he is young, he has mastered those skills. How we have to making a good relationship with the teammates. What if he has not allowed me to present at this platform? Maybe I was losing the opportunity to discuss and talk with anyone. Maybe it is not a time that I am able to devote. So he has adjusted my time. He has think that what I can present or give to the younger generation, the freshers, or to the experienced people. So he has think in a critical way that how I'm going to help to everyone, how this entire fest is going to be impactful for everyone. He has a clear vision. I mean, leader must have a clear vision and he has a goal so that it should be accomplished. So he has a good decision making. And last but not least, you have to go for the motivation. It will be from employees' point of view or from the team's point of view. So my real life example I have given you right now, that Kushal, he has a mastered in these skills. So if he has built a good relationship with me, he has a good relationship with everyone. Maybe tomorrow these relationship with self will going to make him a very good leader again, which will be put him in the forefront at the India level, at the world level. And I really wish him a good luck that he will be going to do that. Second thing, I always keep on calling to Kushal, and he was saying, Sir, I'm traveling. I'm here today. I'm there today. So what does this mean? A person who is having a good leadership skills, he or she should be mobile. He should not be stick with one place. And even though I myself I'm covering at self around 25% within a month, I'm traveling, but I hope Kushal is traveling almost 70% within a month. And I'm not sure how often he is meeting to his family members or to his friends, but he is giving equal and important time to his work. And adaptability, it means that wherever he is going, he is adaptable to the situation. Maybe he is also sitting. I have seen that he has wear a jacket which has written as Air Force. Kushal, is there any program that has been organized at the Air Force station in Pune or somewhere else?
Nothing like that. We live in that area, and I
Oh,
belong
Kushal,
to
I
defense
thought,
family.
okay,
I
great. See, so friends, uh, that is what a good leader must have. He needs to devote more and more time. And traveling is very important thing. If you are traveling, it should be accommodated with your books. It should be accommodated with your good thoughts. Whenever you travel, you will see and you will meet the good people. And those people will give you something which will be going to add value in your life. So within this week, I'm giving you a real example again. I was traveling from Mumbai to Pune. I traveled almost 3 times within this week. And when Mumbai to Pune is there, you always see that you will have a good amount of people sitting next to you. So I was having two of my friends, but in the first journey, but on it was on a Monday, but on next day there was no friend. So what I have thought is, let's go and use blah blah. That is an app, and using that app, I have got almost 2 to 3 people who has accommodated from Mumbai to Pune, and it was a very fantastic journey. One was sound engineer, one was doing the NEFT exam and preparing his, one was the CEO of one of the Microsoft software company, but he has given me a good amount of yoga practices. So you don't know which people will come to your life at what amount of time and what important points he or she will deliver to you. You have to be a good thinker. It will be always having a good amount of challenges that are keep on coming. So Kushal, you are definitely facing a challenge. Just now, we had a challenge in adjusting the mic, adjusting the volume, adjusting the video. So these are definitely very small, petty issues. But still, Kushal is thinking that why shouldn't I go deeper into it and immediately rectify all the things so that this session will go well. So he has done the thinking. He has made he has made a decision. He made a decision how he put the discussion 15 minutes before the webinar has started so that everybody will be comfortable, everybody will be available on the platform, and then from 1 p.m. onwards the audience will join. So this is how the skills he has in combining all the aspects, and which is making good leader. Definitely there are more points, Kushal, I'm sorry I have not covered, but these are all the things which I am relating with you as of now. And last but not least, he has a good bonding with his team. So employee motivation, if we remove employee, it should be only the motivation factor that we should keep it within the team. So motivation is very important. Self motivation, as well as the motivation of the team, it is really making a good amount of efforts and it is giving you the output. So motivation will always be inner. First I have to be self motivated, then only I will motivate to others. So these skills, when you combine, the hustle will be burden, or hustle or the burden will be reduced in your life. My friends, I'm just giving you a small message. Don't immediately put yourself to be a strong leader. First, put yourself as a small person, understand well. Life has different stages, and definitely everybody will get a good amount of the opportunities to perform. A leader, definitely he will be from a school, college, organization, or maybe at home or anywhere else. You will see a different kind of the attributes in a leader. So you need to grasp those points in leadership skills, right? Great. So let's move on to the next topic, time management. I know everybody is having a good amount of plan for doing the time management and skills. So we always go to bed in the night and we always make a plan for tomorrow, that tomorrow I will be waking up at around 5 o'clock. I need to go out. I need for a good amount of jogging. Then I need to study. I need to plan for the afternoon lunch. I need to go out for my classes. Oh, I forgot to add my music class over here. So we always have these amount of plans for a day. But what happens, whatever the plans you have prepared, and there is no gap in between, right? So you always have to prepare your plan in such a way that there should be a gap. There should always be a gap wherein you will have a buffer amount of time and you will keep on moving with that plan. Let's say I have thought of a plan started at 1 o'clock, but due to some technical glitches, I started at 1:05 and I was allotted only 30 minutes. So I'm allowed with only 5 minutes as of now. So I need to cover more and more. So time management, it is very important. This presentation which I have prepared, it was been ready for almost 3 to 4 days. But I was thinking that what should be added more when we are going to present you time management. So some of my friends has told me that you put these points in a make a plan, start early, smart goals, step time. But one of my senior manager has informed me, Vivek, if you are presenting this one, don't put anything over here. Keep it blank. Why? If you put anything into the first column of make a plan, definitely those pictures will get fitted into a person's mind and he will only think about that. See, when we go and watch a movie, it will be in our mind and it will create a very visual images, auditory images, or some more images will be there, which will be in our mind for almost 2 3 days or for a week. So what happened is my senior manager told, keep it blank, let the person put his or her own important points, and then it will be helpful for them for making a plan, how he is going to start a day, what are his goals, and how he is going to set up a timeline for it. So this is the reason I have kept it empty. Don't think of it that there is nothing on here. My goals and my objectives are something different. Kushal and his team's objectives are something different, and the audience's objectives are something different. So for different people, you need to prepare a different amount of plan for a day, a week, month, quarter, or for a year or 5 years. This is how the visionary leaders will prepare the plan, short term and long term plan, short term and long term goals. And on the goal settings, when we approach for it, they will have a different milestones. So creating a milestone and achieving those milestone, it is not easy. If you have thought of going for a movie for 12 to 3, what if you have a travel time of 30 minutes? So you thought, let's make it started at 11:30 and I will reach there and I will buy a ticket. But what happens if you start 11:30? Immediately, you will see that you will not get a rig or you will not get a cab. So your 5 minutes gets wasted. You approach there to buy a ticket and the window gets closed. So it is not a good plan, right? So what we have to do, we have a plan, but we have to start early onto it. And how we are going to start early? We need to prepare the goals. So SMART goals are there. SMART. specific, measurable, attainable, real-time, and tangible. So these SMART goals are going to help you with a kind of small milestone to achieve, and finally you will end up in the movie theater watching a movie with your friends. And SMART goals will be only helpful when you have the tangible outputs. It should not be intangible one. So you need to prepare your SMART goals in such a way that it should be helpful for you whenever you have a small milestone. You prepare yourself, you will understand, and then you will find out that what amount of the goals which I'm missing and how I'm going to achieve it next time. And finally, setting up a time. So you are going to set up a time, and timelines you need to put in such a way that, as I said earlier, you need to put some buffer into it. Always there is activity. Let's say if you eat in the evening and immediately you go to sleep, is your body getting a good amount of time to digest it? No. So what we are going to do, or what we are doing, we are having your dinner somewhere around 7:30, 8 o'clock, and you go to bed by around 10:30 or 11. So in between those 2 to 3 hours, your complete body or digestive system will get a good amount of time to digest the initial food, and then it will secrete and create the chemicals, and the reaction completes the digestive system, right? So this is all about the time management. Next, or the last one, is the productivity. Uh, Productivity per se, it is mostly associated with the manufacturing companies, but don't associate it, the productivity, with only manufacturing companies. The productivity will also be within your own job. So yesterday, for example, I was doing study for almost 3 hours in a day, and today I need to perform or study 4 hours in a day. Why we are going to increase the time? Because we have thought of there is an exam coming in next week, and for preparing the exam I need to study continuously. So what we are doing, you are preparing the plan, and when you are going to put the points into action, that is where you are thinking that your job has been done. But when the plan is executed, is it that your plan is executed well? No. You need to monitor the progress, that yesterday it was for 3 hours, today it was for 4 hours. But was it continuous, or is there any discontinuity in it? So we need to monitor the progress. And finally, at the last or before that, you will have, before the exam time, you will see that what amount of studies I have done in last 6 days, 7 days, so that how you are going to perform into the final examination. So you need to assess the output of the 6 days, and the final result you will see it when your exams will be done. So assessing the output is very important for it. So these points of moving it continuously from define, measure, imitate, um, just a moment, DMAIC, define, measure, I forgot the I and A, and finally S is for success. What we have to do is, then we have to monitor continuously the progress of all the points, and finally we need to assess the output. That is the whole uh, uh, crisp and clear message, that you need to perform well, and that is how you're going to measure the productivity out of it. I believe we are at the end of the session. I am closing out here. Kushal and team, thanks a lot for giving me a time to present these points. And I'm open for the discussion and the points you have made, and we will, let's continue from there onwards.
Thank you. Thanks a lot, Vivek. It was insightful session, and I believe something we learn the best is from the experiences of our personal, professional, social life, and that is how you related so many things with the real-time examples. And I hope those the listeners must have been able to, link it with their own life examples. And as this session is live, it is the recording is available on the website as well. So I wish the listeners, those who were not able to listen now, you can listen it again and again, because something which is very important at the age of like student age, graduation, when you are doing one thing is time management, which is very, very important. So it was wonderful giving a framework in the form of a chart, and that would help. And even like you can do your own experiments, the listeners can do the experiments, you can add up certain more columns as per your schedule, and that planning always helps. No planning is the planning to fail, actually. So you should always plan up. And other parts which were about leadership and communication, so it was all together, bundle of behavioral skills, soft skills, spoken about Vivek, by Vivek. So I would really like to thank you, and thanks for accepting this invitation, and we will have more such conversations. So over to Siyog. Please take it ahead.
Thank you, Kushal.
Thank you. Yes, thank you, sir. I thank Vivek sir for this valuable session on soft skills and personality development. Personality development is such an important topic and important skill for anyone, for personal growth as well as professional growth. So, from on behalf of Indeed Inspiring Infotech, I thank Vivek sir for this his time and the valuable knowledge that he gave us. I also thank all the participants, those who have joined us on YouTube, and those who will join watch this video on YouTube. So I thank all of you for joining the session. I also invite you all to join us at 5 p.m. For another guest lecture on artificial intelligence. So I hope all of you will join, and I thank you all. So this concludes this session.